Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a Roadtrek product. This is a 2024 Chase. Now, this isn't just a regular Chase, this is a 50th anniversary Chase, and we're going to take a look both outside and inside and have a nice detailed look. A little later on, we're going to bring you some other videos as we're going to do a test drive video, and we're going to look at some very specific features of this Chase itself. Now, I would like to say thank you to Bella Vista for providing this 2024 Roadtrek Chase from their inventory for us to be able to bring it to you, our viewers. So I'm going to give you some little information about it before we jump inside. We bring you fantastic RVs, detailed walkthroughs, upgrade tutorials, parts reviews, and even some automotive content. This is RVing TV. Now, the 50th anniversary is a special package for this year, and what it's going to do is have a couple of items. Now, this unit is in the bright white exterior. When we get inside, you'll see it's a white sands interior. It's a twin bed floor plan, and it has the full 50th anniversary package. Now, I have some notes here because there's a lot of features on this Roadtrek. The anniversary package for this year is going to give you some really useful and special features. It's going to give you a second Firefly control tablet in the back living area where the main one is in the front. So it just adds to the convenience of using it. And I'll explain what Firefly is when we go inside. It also is going to give you, instead of the cloth seats that you get with the Ram ProMaster, this is equipped with Italian leather seating, as well as you're going to get some LED light strips and some auxiliary controls. Now, this unit in Bella Vista's stock has been also optioned in with an induction cooktop, this beautiful blackout package, which gives you the black rims, all the black trim, and the darkened grills up front, as well as Italian leather rear cushions for the seating and sleeping areas in the back. Now, I will put a link below to Bella Vista's website in case someone seeing this video is interested in purchasing this unit. They're located in Oro-Medonte, Ontario. And again, a special thank you to them for giving us this coach for a day to be able to explore and do these videos for you, our viewers. Now, a couple of basics on the Roadtrek and this Ram ProMaster chassis. This is a 3500 series chassis powered by a 3.6 liter V8 that provides 280 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. Now, it has a 9-speed transmission and has all the safety features that you would expect in a regular car or SUV. So it has, you know, the park assist, the adaptive cruise for stop and go driving, the 360-degree cameras, which is really handy, has lane departure warning, as well as blind spot and cross path detection, collision warning, powered heated mirrors, remote start and stop, and the tire pressure warning system. Now, something that I'll comment on in our test drive video, I'll make sure I comment, is something that Roadtrek does specifically to improve ride. They place sumo springs on the rear suspension. We'll talk more in the test drive video about it, but some of these units, because you're placing so much weight here in the back, they can feel a little lighter floaty at times based on experience having driven a number of variety of units over the years. What the sumo springs does is it's a heavy set of springs in the back that actually provide better stability when you load up this coach, so that you don't get that porpoising or that light feeling if you don't have your water tanks and your fuel tanks filled up. And it just gives you better drivability. And already in our drive that I've done, I can tell you, you can feel the difference in the stability. It's also equipped with a Class 4 hitch. And then when we're inside, I'll outline some additional features inside about the running of the coach. And that way you'll have a closer look at it. So let me come over. I'm going to grab the camera and let's take a couple of look at a few features out here and make our way inside for you. All right, so as we take a closer look, I've mentioned that blackout package. Now the windows and the glass that you see here are a limousine style glass, something that Roadtrek does, just improves the finish, higher quality glass across the board. Now a feature that I did like is you have this little button just like you would have in your car, and you can use that to lock and unlock your doors as long as you have the key fob in the general vicinity. I'm going to pan the camera down because Roadtrek does put power steps for entry, and you'll notice the steps are on your cab as well, so passenger and driver get that. Now before we go in, I'm not going to cover it in this video. We're going to do a much more specific video to show you this actual screen. This entire door is screened in, so on a beautiful day like today where there's a bit of a breeze, you can roll that down, be inside if you're prepping your food, etc., and actually enjoy that fresh air. Now, right up front is our wet bath. And that's very traditional for a van, that you're going to have a full wet bath. On a couple of different Roadtrek floor plans, this varies a little bit, including an ingenious idea that one of them actually has a compartment that will roll over and cover your toilet, etc., so you're not wetting the entire area. Also, these doors will pivot and lock in outwards, because you may be thinking, you know, that's not a huge bath, and typically they're not on a van. But these doors, as you notice, have some supports here to lock them in place to give you that little bit of extra shoulder room. And you know what? Let's actually do this. Let's come step inside, take the camera around, and you can actually see, whoops, take my hand away from there. You can actually see I'm standing here in the shower, and it's, sorry guys, I'm just trying to do this one-handed. You can actually see it's reasonable. It's not a huge amount of space, but it's going to give you decent amount of space if you're needing to use the wall. I'm going to flip that around, so let's do it in this perspective. And basically what you would do is pin your doors right here, and that way you'd be able to use the washroom. So very effective design, considering the amount of space that we have to work with. Let's take a look at the living area, and then we'll look at the driving cockpit. Nice custom-built pantry on board to give you really great storage of those items that you're going to want to reach. And you're going to notice that all the openings will pop open. When that is pushed in, our cabinet is locked in place for when we go down the road. Now in the kitchen and bath area, we have a max air fan here to allow lots of airflow. So if you're cooking and you've got a bit of smoke or you've got steam from your shower, it will go out. The kitchen, we have a decent little prep area with insert over the sink, and it is a stainless steel sink. I do like, now I'll put this up, you do need two hands to put it down, but to bring it up, you only need one hand. Nice little extension. Plus, we have power plugs, a 12 volt there, USB, and this is a 110. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, an induction cooktop. And let's throw some lights on for you. So we're going to pan up here. This is our Firefly screen. Simply touch the screen and it will turn on. And it has a number of features. On the home page, you'll see you have master lights on and off. So I'm going to pan over and I'm going to hit the master on button. When you hit the master on, you will see that all the lights come on. Now on the video, because these are LED lights, you're going to see a flashing effect. They're not actually flashing to me that I'm standing here, but it's the camera picks up how the LEDs technically do actually flash, but the naked eye can't see it. Now, what happens when you hit the master switch? Here's our individual switches. We can program these that right now it's showing everything that's on. When you turn it off, it will remember what you had on last time. So if you come into the coach and all you want is your front ceiling on, you would leave those on, turn everything else off, hit the off on the master button, and when you come in, only one set of lights would turn on, or any combination you want. Now you'll see here, we have at a quick glance, we can see our tank capacities. We can turn on our Aqua Go, which is our heating system and water system. We can turn our water pump on, gives us our reading that our batteries are at 13.6 volts. Now we're not plugged in here. This is actually pulling power from our solar panels, because that is a great feature of this coach. So on this coach, since we're talking about electrical, we have a 300-watt solar panel that feeds charge to a 600-amp lithium battery, and it is connected to an inverter. To turn that inverter, you simply touch the screen. You hear the beep because some of the components will beep when they turn on. And there we go. Now that inverter will give us power off the battery in order to run our air conditioner, our TV, our microwave, our induction cooktop, everything in this coach, because it is a 3,000-watt pure sine inverter, which is a massive inverter. I've seen diesel coaches that have smaller inverters. But the reason Roadtrek does that is gone are the side-mounted generators. Makes the coach lighter. There's not as much noise if you need a generator to run, because it will use the underhood generator. That underhood generator, will explain it in a little bit when we go up to the cab to talk about how you get power to this unit. Now you can set your climate controls there, or you can go directly into climate controls and now set whether you want cool, whether it's a night setting, whether you just want to dehumidify your unit, your fan speeds, and then of course setting your temperatures. Then over here is our setups. And what's really nice is you can get the Mira mobile app, and what it will do is it will actually allow you to have all the functions on this tablet on your phone, so you can control it from anywhere within the unit itself. So let's take a look at some of the living features, and I appreciate you bearing with me. That Firefly is a really important feature in this coach. Our fridge is a 12-volt fridge, so gone are the need for the propane for the fridge itself. There is propane on board, and that'll simply be for the Truma on-demand water heater, which will give you your instant hot water, but will also help with the heating of the coach. Now, you guys know me on my channel for wanting to explore and show you what storage is like. And for a small unit, there is an abundance of storage here. You can see under the sink, we have places to put pots and pans, to keep extra gear, plates if you want. Here's a nice drawer for cutlery right there. And that gives you a good flexibility. Over here, we have a wardrobe closet that is nice and deep. That's one of our legs for our table. And then as we open, there's our compartment to hook up any audio video equipment that you would like, because right below under this cover is actually the TV. And this is a great idea. I have to tell you, having owned a dealership over the years, I've seen TVs simply sitting there in smaller units, and they tend to get bumped or passed by and scraped, and you end up ruining a TV. And here is Roadtrek that's been thinking, this is actually just a cover with an elastic on it built into it that you can place on your TV, cover it, so when you're not watching TV, you don't have to worry if you bump into it, if it swings out, you catch it with your elbow. It's going to keep it nice and protected. Now, as we look through more of the cupboards, we're going to see some items like screen covers, floor covers, etc. that are hidden away. As we open some additional, now Roadtrek laser cuts their cabinetry so that it fits the inside contour of your coach, and then they secure it to the coach itself so you have less rattles, less noise. So watch for our test drive video, because that will be a test of that specific laser cutting cabinets and how they're secured if they're going to make a bunch of noise. Now, with the 50th anniversary, you get a second tablet back here. So you get up in the middle of the night, you want to check something, you want to adjust your temperature, you don't have to grab your phone, you don't have to run to the front of the coach. You just simply lift up and you can access it here. Now on top, you're going to see a blue button here and one over on this side. And what I'm going to do is lower the camera, and then I'm going to tap it to bring them up a little bit lighter. It's hard to see during the day. These are actually LED light strips that are underneath. And actually, I think I've turned the inverter off, but they're LED light strips underneath. They give you some accent lighting, and that is part of the 50th anniversary. Now, the back here, we're going to show you in a few minutes. Our twin bed will also bring you a slightly separate video to show you how the bed is set up and converted. In regular use, it's a twin bed setup. You can see that the head reclines, or inclines, I should say, so you can lie back and watch TV. They have a spot here where you can have this cushion that will hold cup holders, or you can use it at night to put glasses, etc. But that cushion is movable, so we could grab this, and I'm going to try to do this one-handed, grab this, and if we wanted to throw it up on the couch, we could throw it over here. So if you wanted to sit down, use it as an armrest, cup holders, etc., it's there. It is flexible. And you could take this insert out, because that is movable here, and have a full aisleway if you wanted to throw a bike, etc. And this cushion, which we'll show you in the demonstration video, inserts in the center. Now there's a table as well that fits here, or can be moved up front so you can use your seats and rotate the cab seats. So this gives you quite a bit of flexibility. Now what's also nice, you're going to notice there are windows that open here and over to the side. And they have dual screens. So here's our screen if we want to open the window and simply have fresh air come in. And that can be done by lifting this little tab, separating this, and now you could open your window. You just give that a pull, a push, and open it up, and then you'd close your screen again. However, if it's now nighttime, push those together, pull your screen across, and you have night shades. And all the windows are equipped. Center window to let some additional light in. We do have our microwave on top, and we have a Truma air conditioner. Now what's nice with this, as I mentioned, you're going to hear the engine is not running. There is no generator running because there's no generator on board. But if we wanted to have air conditioning, we simply hit the air conditioner button, and it's set on high speed right now. And there is our air conditioner running off of our lithium battery and our inverter. Now I'm going to close that. We're going to try to experiment after to see how much runtime can we get out of that lithium battery with lights on and air conditioner running. Let's go take a look now at our cab area. What I like about this cab area, first of all, let's take a look at our seats. So we have the Roadtrek embroidered into the headrest. It's a very traditional automotive setup. Now, I'm not starting the engine yet. I'm just putting it into your accessory mode. And with that accessory mode, you can take a look at your general functions up front, but you can also use your media center. Now, I have synced my phone to the actual media center itself. We'll take that screen off. We'll say remind us later. So this is equipped with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now you notice the wire here. I brought one out because I wanted to try it wired, but it does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. So right now you'll notice there's the end. It's not hooked to my phone. It's connected. So if you wanted to use it wired, you can, or use it wireless. And you'll hear we're playing music. Now the nice thing is that if you want to use that as a full entertainment center, which you will at some time, let's take a walk back. And we have speakers inset back here. So you could throw your doors open if you were somewhere out at a beach. Maybe you were having a get-together with some friends, and turn up the radio, open the windows, open the doors, have a nice little party, or just sit back and relax and listen to your favorite tunes. You do have your Android Auto, etc. Plus you also have regular GPS navigation as well. And there, there's our media. You can subscribe to Sirius XM if you want it as well. And I'm going to just stop that for a second. You can Bluetooth stream as well. So all those features are there. We have a number of hard buttons for our air conditioning, our heater, and all our controls, which are nice. They're easy to reach. Same here with our power door locks, our four-way flashers, and then some of the collision alert items, and wireless charging. So if you are using the wireless features of Android Auto, you can use the wireless charging here. As I mentioned, 9-speed transmission. There's a tow haul mode because we do have a Class 4 receiver on the back. Now, it's Class 4. It doesn't mean you can tow Class 4 weight. I believe we are restricted to about 3,500 pounds of tow capacity is what the vehicle is actually rated for. Our steering wheel has our function controls here, our phone controls and voice commands, and then our variety of functions for lane keep assist, speed control, etc. Our main screen here is all digital, so that gives us the advantage of having digital display, nice, crisp, clear. And you're going to look down and notice we've done a little bit of driving with this, and we're currently averaging about 19 liters per 100 kilometers. That was due to a lot of stop and go. We did see about 17-ish liters per 100 kilometers as an average, which would actually be right around 14 to 15 miles per gallon for our American cousins. Controls for your windows and your mirrors, and they're dual level mirrors, so you can see really well around the coach. Very clean, very crisp setup. Now these chairs do rotate as well as recline, and there are armrests for the passenger and the driver, and they are adjustable. When you look right here, you'll see a little roller, and you adjust that roller one way or the other, and that will adjust where your armrest will sit. I'm just simulating it for you guys. So if you were reclining your seat a little bit further back, if you're the passenger, you can have the armrest there to keep your arms nice and level to your body, or you could drop it down a bit if you want it to be more in a relaxed position. The seats will swivel, so if you have the table here in this location, you can actually use them for dining as well, or just if you were maybe working from home. Let's take a little walk outside and we'll go around the coach so you can get an idea of some of the features. Nice lights at night, they're very bright, big windshield. As we walk around, you'll notice the nice glass. Now let's talk about conveniences. Roadtrek does this a little bit differently. A number of competitors will use the traditional 3-inch gravity dump. And that is there if you want to use it, because maybe you're in a campground for a while, you want to hook up your sewer hose and just be able to come out and pull on your valve gate right here and just dump real quickly because it's a short run. But what happens if you get in the campground and you have a bit of a slope to the site? You don't want to have to be picking up a drain hose to drain it. So Roadtrek has the solution to that. They have a macerator system that comes on this unit. So you have 2 ways you can dump, and the macerator will pump and actually dump the tank. So you'll see this hookup. What's really nice is if you had to run a really long distance, this cap unscrews, and you can actually screw a water hose to it to run a longer distance. So if we were camped here, but the dump was way down 50 feet away, you know, this hose will reach 15, 20 feet approximately. You could then put a dump hose, a water hose dedicated for your dump, onto here and run it the extra distance. And if it ran uphill, that would pump it. Now, if you like to go to the beach, hang out at the beach, you're going to be parked by the beach. There's an outside shower that you could rinse yourself down and then hop inside. Out back, we have our electrical hookup here for the coach. We have our plug-ins for our trailer. And there's our Class 4 hitch. Class 4, basically, they've put it on so you have a 2-inch receiver, so you have lots of choices for bike racks, carry-alls, and gives you some decent towing if need be. I will show you a great little feature after that I forgot to show you up at the driver's door. Now we can open our doors at the back here, and you'll notice we have another screen which we're going to bring you a specific video on. You can open that up, get beautiful wind through, or breeze I should say, through the entire coach. And here's our table. Our movable table is stored in your back door that can be moved around. We have some storage down here. In here we have our electrical hookup, and then the inserts to convert your twin beds. What I didn't tell you is you convert your twin beds into a king size bed. And then on this side, we have some additional storage, little bit smaller, and I'll tell you the secret why. This is your jack if you needed to change a tire, etc. And the reason that's smaller is under this seat up here, there is actually storage. Plus, if we pull this away, you will notice that there's actually 2 pullouts for additional storage as well. Sorry, I got that reversed. Pull out storage over here, and on this bed, you can lift the cushion and there is storage underneath that you can get to. Up top, we have the air conditioner, that 300-watt solar panel, and you'll notice there are cameras mounted around the unit. So not only do you have backup camera and backup sensors, but you have full parking sensors with 3D view, because out front you also have a forward-looking camera here that you can adjust on your main screen, which we'll show you in a second because we're going to hop back in. So there's our power step, as I mentioned. Now, great little feature. Here's our fuel to fill up. And then this, and sorry, I'm going to turn off that alarm. This is actually our potable water fill. There's another one at the back because this coach has 2 water tanks, 37 gallons of fresh water, which is some of the largest in the industry. Here you can put your water to fill the tank. Now there's an inside tank, and then there is a tank mounted underneath the frame. When we hop in, let's hop in, let's start her up, and it is a push button start. What you will see, and of course it's beeping to tell me the doors are open, so give me one moment and I will close those and we'll show you the reverse cameras. Right, so we've closed the door. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show you here the different cameras. So we actually have our backup camera right now with the 3D view right here. You can also switch if you prefer a wider angle backup. You can have your forward-looking camera, forward-looking with 3D view, and then full backup camera as well, which is really neat. So if you are pulling into a campground, maybe it's a little darker at night, or you're not quite sure because you've seen some items around, you can use your forward and your backup cameras in order to do that. And then in your center screen here, it's going to highlight your park sensors. So not only do you have the camera, but you have your park sensors. And I will tell you, it is very, very maneuverable, especially if you get into a tight spot with this unit. I do like that Roadtrek places the height of the vehicle, and at 9 feet 5 inches, the secret with this coach is if you are lucky enough to have 10-foot doors or larger on your house, you could get this into your garage. It just is a matter of the size of the doors. Now that's fairly detailed run through on this Roadtrek Chase. So I appreciate that you've taken that time and followed along with us. Check back for another video, and we're going to bring you a video, or I'm going to bring you a video showing you how to convert the twin beds over to a king size bed and some of the flexibility with the cushions as to what you can do. And we're going to bring you an additional video on how do you use those screens? How do they function? And what do they look like? Because normally you don't see it at a dealership and you don't see it at RV shows. So we're going to bring it to you. If you're thinking about joining the Vanlife, at least you'll see a live demo of it. Plus, watch for our test drive video, and we're going to give you, or I'm going to give you my impressions on the actual Roadtrek Chase 50th anniversary and how it drives with all the experience that I've had driving multiple different types of units. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Please follow us. If you hit the bell notification, you'll be notified of additional videos as they come along. Forward any comments and feedback that you have. I love to hear that, and I'll try to respond to as many comments as I can. Thanks to you guys, you make the channel happen. Make sure you live life to the fullest each and every day. Take care.